Hey everybody, how's it going? Barry here. Today we're going to be talking about Radis. Radis is the new or returning rebirth mon that we have going on right now for the month of February. Very happy to have this one back. Very good mon for something, but we'll get to why and as we go through them. But anyway, we'll start off at fire, as we always do. And I believe it's a little bit lower. Yeah, here we are. So here's the Evo 1, and the Evo 2, and the Evo 3. Looks pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. It's not really my thing, but, cool. Here's the variant, which I like the regular one more. And stat-wise, Fire Radis is an attacker, has a pretty good attack and HP stat for a Nat 3. Defense is pretty similar for a Nat 3 attacker as well, though it is really low. Would be nice if it was a little bit higher, just a little bit, Looking at the skills, so first off, leader skill, I need to mention, it's useless. Azure Blessing, Blue Soul Recovery, leader skills, very bad. There isn't really any place where you'd want to use it. And also this is dungeon specific, which I guess could be okay for light, but still, there's just so many other leader skills that you'd rather have instead. Though, it'll be okay to have one variant light, which we'll get into when we get to light. But anyway, that's the leader skill aside. I'll speak more on it when we get to light. For all the other elements, it's pretty much useless. Anyway, 3-star, we have morale boost, 20%. Skillbooks make it 25%, give a 15% damage boost. 5-star, we have Predator, 30%. Skillbooks give a 20% damage boost there. Where you'd want to use it, it's pretty much just a general fire farming mon with morale boost and Predator. It's just like Water Mona, just like a fire version. I think Water Mona's Predator is 30%. I don't remember. Actually, no, I'm completely wrong. Water Mona doesn't have Predator, has defense down. So, honestly, Fire Radis would be a better farmer than Water Mona in that case. But Mona is just more easily farmable and is like the gateway to GB8, whereas Radis could actually be a gateway to GB9. But anyway, other places that it can be used. So PvP offense with the Nat 3 League coming out eventually, could be good as just a fire attacker there. Won't be the best, but still be pretty decent. Then we'll have farming, of course, as I said. Siphon set for just story content that has Woodmons for GB9 and DB8. Though, of course, keep in mind, there's going to be other mons that'll do this a lot better. So, whether you'd want to put your Siphon set on a Fire Radis is completely up to you. But there are just much better options, especially among the Nat 4s and 5s when it comes to Fire mons for farming. Then, of course, you can use it for Titans as a general damage dealer early game until you start to get some, like, CS and US mons. So, until then, you can use it, though it will definitely fall off in damage in comparison to things like Fire Shinobi and even Fire Sphinx. So, just something to keep in mind there. And how I would gem it completely offensive. So, like, attack, crit rate attack, crit damage, triple attack, maybe you can throw an HP or defense gem on there if you'd like, but I think fully offensive is the way to go. Anyway, on to water. So, water, here's the regular and the variant. I like the regular one more. The variant is a bit too, desaturated. I don't like that. Looking at the stats, Water Radis is a tank, has a pretty good HP stat for a Nat 3. Though its defense is actually very low, which is very unfortunate. But anyway, that's okay. Its attack is alright, but we don't really want it for its attack anyway. Skill-wise, has stun on 3-star, 40% 2 turns. Skill books make it 55%, give a 15% damage boost. And then stun on 5-star, 80% 1 turn. Skill books make it 90% and give a 15% damage boost there. So skill-wise, it's actually pretty decent for the Nat 1, 2, 3 league that'll come out. There is Wood Ramuh, who is also double stun and has a 2-turn stun on 3-star as well, but I think Ramuh goes up to 65%. So Ramuh is slightly better in terms of a double stunner, but Water Radis is still pretty decent. So just throwing it on your PvP defense team for the 1 to 3 league would be pretty nice there. And that's, well, you can also use it for TOC as well, for floors 80 and 100, just to stun the boss. But with its rate being very low, that's very unreliable. So you'd much rather want something that's closer to 100 for that. For PvP, it's alright, but for TOC, it's too unreliable, though it is still usable until you can get something better. And how I would build it, I would build the HP defense, just because its defense stat is so low, it needs a lot of investment there. Its HP is alright, so just 1 gem should be enough for it. But anyway, that's going to be it for water. Then let's go on to wood real quick, which is right here. So here's the regular and the variant. Again, I like the regular one more. It seems like all of the variants are just like bad so far. I like the regular green we have here. Anyway, looking at its stats, it's a defender. It has a pretty good HP stat actually for a Nat 3 defender. Its defense is okay. Its attack is okay. Both would be nice if they were a little bit higher, but it's alright. It's alright. Skill wise, so on 3-star we have attack down 30%, which is very, very low, but it is 3 turns. Skill books make it 50% and give it 10% damage boost. So 50%, 3 turns. It's okay. It's not terrible, but if only it was just like a little bit higher of a chance to activate, it'd be amazing, because 3 turns on its own is really good. But anyway, 5-star is attack down 70% 1 turn. Skill books make it 2 turns, give a 15% damage boost. So where you'd want to use it, Titans. It is a very good, I don't know if I'd say very good. It's a pretty good attack down mon for Titans. It is very reliable in terms of attack down, just because it has a double attack down. The only other wood mons that we have with double attack down are Lupin and Sanzang, and both of those are a lot harder to come by and a lot harder to evo 3 as well. So Radis would be good to use until you can get those mons. Though keep in mind you're pretty much for Wood Titan, you're gonna want to get your attack down from Wood Hannahs. You're gonna want to have at least like 2 Hannahs per line. Well, not at least. You're gonna want to have 2. Any more is just redundant. So yeah, you're gonna want to get your attack down from Wood Hannah. But Radis is good until you have enough Wood Hannahs that are fully booked for your team. So it's pretty good there. And 3 turns attack down is, again, very nice. How I would build it, you can build it either HP defense or HP defense. Either would work for it. You don't need to invest in its attack at all because you don't need it for damage. What you really want is for it to... Actually, we're going to go with dark before we go to light. What you're going to want is for it to just stay alive and spread the attack down for as long as it can. But anyway, we're going to talk about dark first because light is the one that I will probably spend more time on than the others. So, gonna save it for last. So here we have dark. Here's the variant, which I like the variant more this time. Cool. It has the purple wing things, I guess. I don't know what they would be. And it's like more of a black color. Whereas this is like a dull gray, like dark grayish, you know. But anyway, looking at the stats, it is a defender, pretty good defense, pretty good HP. Attack is alright, its attack is pretty low, but its attack doesn't matter too much. Looking at its skills, So 3-star we have stun, 70% one turn. Skill books make it 80%, give a 20% damage boost. Then on 5-star we have defense aggression, and skill books give a 20% damage boost there, where you'd want to use it. So 1, you can use it at TOC for its stun, which is nice. 80% is pretty good. Though, of course, it'll fall off, because you really want a 100% stunner for TOC. The only reason I suggest, or recommend, or say that these mons can be used there is just if you don't have a 100% stun, or something like that. Like, Fire Arthur would be infinitely better for TOC than Water Radis too. Water and Dark Radis. But if you don't have something like that, Dark Radis is pretty good. But the main place that Dark Radis would shine is PvP. We know aggressors do very well in PvP, being able to focus on one of their defensive stats and still have them do decent damage. Though with its defense aggression only being on its 5-star, it is pretty limited, or pretty held back. But it still does pretty well. And of course, stun is still a viable skill in PvP, so that's nice as well. It'll of course fall off when you compare it to mons like Dark C-Star, Dark Miho, Light Mona. Light Mona is an aggressor as well. But I meant to say Light Victoria. But yeah, it'll fall off in comparison to those mons, but it is still pretty good. How I would build it, just triple defense gems, and as with all aggressors, focus on resist, then crit rate for its substats. Try to get its resist as high as possible, because you don't want it to be stun locked. And then also, crit rate subs as well help very much, especially being a Dark Mon. When it crits, it'll do a lot of damage. So yeah, that's going to be it for Dark, and let's go on to Light. Here we are. There we are. So here's the regular and the variant, which both look pretty good. Normally I don't like the yellows for the light mons, but with it being the type of mon that it is, like it's a golem, like it's an eidolon, whatever. So it's pretty cool with the yellow. I like it, but I like the white one too. Kind of reminds me of like a Megazord, something you'd see in Power Rangers or something. Like just Radis in general, not just the variant light. But anyway, I don't know which one I like more, but I like them both. They're too different to compare. Stat-wise, it is an attacker. Has pretty good attack, pretty good defense. Well, actually really good defense for an attacker. Its HP is alright as well. Looking at the skills, it is on 3-star Sap, 70% one type 2 turns. And then on 5-star, with skill books, it goes to 80% and gets a 15% damage boost. And then on 5-star, we have Sap again, 60% 2 types 2 turns. Skill books make it 75%, give a 10% damage boost. So, it's a double sapper. We already know through other videos that double sap means that it is very good for 2 places. Water Colossus and GB10. So, before I get to GB10, Water Colossus, it's alright. Though if you do use it there, you're going to need a lot of resist on its gems, just because you need it to be able to survive the saps that the Water Colossus and its minions put out on you. So that's something there. It's probably not the best mon that you can use there. You'd rather have something like maybe Water Artemis on your team, or if you go the Fire Tracker route for Water Colossus, then you don't really need double sap. But does pretty well there. Anyway, the main place that Light Radis shines is GB10. Light Radis actually does very, very well there. So, with its 3-star, I do want to mention before I continue that it being one type is pretty bad, pretty lackluster, you know. But that's alright, because what you want to do with Light Radis, which is something that a lot of people were showing off when Radis first came into the Rebirth a while ago, is that having more than one Light Radis on a Siphon set in GB10, that's pretty much one of the fastest ways you can clear the dungeon. With a full Radis team, you see people getting GB 10 times of like 50 seconds or some shit like that, which is crazy. Which is crazy fast. So yeah, how I would build it for GB 10, just offensively, I've seen people do like bruiser build for it, so HP attack defense, which that's how mine was built for a while as well, and it does pretty well. But now that we have trinkets, we don't really need to do that. We can build it fully offensively and not worry about it dying right away, since it does have to deal with the elemental advantage there. So yeah, what I would do, I would build it HP, or not HP, I'd build it fully offensively, so like triple attack, crit rate attack, something like that, and just put some trinkets on it if you feel it's dying too quickly, and get like 3 or 4 of them on siphon sets in GB 10. That's what I'm going to try to do. I do have mine, which I can showcase, I guess. Where is it? I actually just put it on a siphon set the other day. I had these 2 gems on it, which attack gem and this defense gem. I had those on it, and then I just put this one on it the other day to complete the set. So attack defense is something that you can do as well. Attack HP. So overall stats. I haven't actually tried it out in GB 10 since putting on these gems, or since completing the siphon set, but I know it'll make it a lot better. I have used it for farming story just because it's the only light mon that I have on a siphon set right now, and it still does pretty well, but really it just shines so much in GB 10. I'm going to be trying to... This is the one that I got from the last time Radis was in Rebirth, but I'm going to be trying to pull at least 1 or 2 more, so I can try to have like 2 or 3 in my team to speed it up. To speed up my GB 10 times, if I can. I know siphon sets are very hard to get, of course. So yeah, it'll be a while before you can get it to the ideal build for most people. But trust me, with Light Radis, it is one of the mons where it is so worth it to have it on a siphon set. And you might be like worried about the mon dying quickly, but if you have it in a full light team, you should be okay. If it's the only light mon you're using in your run, of course, it'll die on the first turn. But in a full light team, especially if you have 2 or more, you should be okay. Anyway, how I would prioritize the Radis, light 100% goes first. Dark, if you get it, build a dark. It's good too, you know. Then wood would be next, because wood is pretty okay for Titans. Then after that, I'd put water. Good double stunner, especially with the 1 to 3 league coming out. And then fire would be last. Fire does pretty well early on, but it'll fall off very quickly. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Good luck getting all your light Radises. Wish me luck as well, because I'm going to be trying to pull at least 2. But anyway, that's going to be all for this one. Have yourselves a good day, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.